What's up, Terabytes, and Merry Christmas. Today I'm going to be reacting to my rendition of Oh Holy Night. I really hope you enjoy it. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Christmas song. So I'm gonna vocally break that down for a second because this song, like many songs that are very dynamic, have an arc to it, okay? And you do not wanna start off giving yourself full tone vibes, all right? You want breath, you want pianissimo, you wanna give yourself somewhere to go. So I was very aware here to go into that breathy, oh, holy light, especially on those open mouth vowels like night, night, instead of night. It's just not the vibe there. So that breath really gives that smokiness, that mystique, that kind of mystery of, ooh, I wonder what's gonna happen next. I also went up into my head voice register on shining instead of staying in my chest range, even if though it was breathy. So I did, the stars are brightly shining. So chest, head, back down to chest. Just a little vocal breakdown there.
Long lay the world in sin and never
back up to head voice there.
Till he appeared and the soul felt its worth.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you why I'm making that face in a second, but let me just kind of blow up my own spot here for a second. When I did till he, what I just did was what I was going for, but in that recording, it was actually muddier than I wanted it to be. It was like, till he, it wasn't, that's even clearer than what I did, but till he is really what I was going for. And then I also kind of muddied up the next part, which was, soul felt da. It was not quite as crispy. Now I'm gonna explain why I was kind of grimacing and making that face. When I recorded this, I was so sick. When I say sick, I mean like I was in and out of the hospital sick. I had so many things wrong with me, one of which was biliary dyskinesia. They wanted to remove my gallbladder. It was on top of a whole litany of other issues. And really, I was so sick that they still couldn't figure out what actually was wrong with me because none of the things that they said was wrong with me should equal just how sick I was. And yet I'm still trying to make content. I'm still trying to work, and I couldn't get up the whole week. And I knew I had this shoot coming up. And up until this point, I laid in bed and I muscled my way through getting my hair and my makeup done. And I kind of hobbled. I did this at my church, by the way. The decorations are beautiful. And I kind of hobbled my way to the church and just looked at my guys who were ready to record with me. And I was like, guys, I tears filled my eyes. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this today. And they were so encouraging. They're like, you've got this, you know, you've rested, it's been a while, you can go home and just go to bed after this. This is all you have to do today. And that one thought actually really helped me because it's all I could do that day. And we're gonna listen to some more, and I'm gonna tell you like some behind the scenes things of what was going on. But really, if you see my face grimacing during this reaction, it's because I remember feeling so sick and just it's like making me relive it right now, a little bit of PTSD. But I do love this song, and I actually am really proud of this vocal performance, so it's worth doing.
A thrill of hope, the weary world
back to head voice there and down to chest.
For yonder breaks a new and glorious morn.
I was just thinking technique, just focus on what you know best. Vowel placement, nice straight tone of vibrato, dynamic swells. Because see, none of what I'm doing right now vocally is heavy weightlifting for me. There's no big chest notes, there's no big whistle or huge dynamic notes yet. So what I'm concentrating on is, okay, Tara, get out the feeling, get out the emotion of it while keeping your vocal dollars to yourself. Save yourself for when it matters most, because it's in this day, in this particular recording, it was not just about, oh, like sing the notes and get it as best as you can. It was like, stay standing. Don't pass out. Try to look like you're not in pain right now. Smile. You know, it was that as much as it was like sing pretty.
Oh, night divine, oh,
I was so happy that that came out clean.
when Christ was born. Oh, night divine, oh, night.
So that's an interesting part for me. I went back and forth a lot as to what to do there. I wanted to do something different that I'd never done before melodically there, but I really wasn't quite sure what. And I can't remember whose version I heard, but I heard someone go low. It wasn't this melodic line, but it was a low version of that part in the song. And I was like, I mean, it's kind of interesting. I kind of liked it. So I went for my own little rendition of it there. And I actually want to do all night. I wanted to go down there, but it just didn't happen. So I took what I got. I was happy with what I got. And it was a version of what I was going for that it was good enough and it was clean and it was different. I liked it.
All night divine.
In this moment, I'm thinking, okay, Tara, here comes the rest of the part. You've done a really good job so far. Just keep going.
Truly, he taught us.
And I do love the lyrics of this part. It really gave me energy here. So dynamically, I'm growing in my tone here.
And his gospel is peace.
So I'm growing in my arc. I'm a little like mezzo, piano, mezzo forte.
Shall he break? For the slave is our brother.
Love that bra.
And
That's a great vowel for me. I really love an AH, not a UH, but an AH. Is a brother. That's just, I could do that forever. It feels so nice. And as sick as I was like, okay, good, this is a nice spot. I know I can rest here for a second.
in his name, all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus raise.
Does it bother anyone else that my necklace is crooked?
Within us, praise his holy name. Christ
I was singing to Jesus, guys.
is the Lord.
I was like, please, Jesus, keep me standing.
Praise his name forever.
Okay, before we go on to the big parts here, notice how much I'm using my body. I'm using my hands. If you can't tell, I'm using my abs really tightly. I am squeezing all of the parts, right? I'm drawing my power from my toes because Lord knows I need all that I could have gotten in that moment. So this still shot of me like, help is really my sentiment. And what you also don't know that's coming up is there was a part, and because there are multiple camera angles, you can't tell, but I actually had to stop. It was after this next part that I, just because of all of the vibration and when it comes to singing that high, all of the full bodiness, just the intensity that it takes to breathe, to hold, to squeeze, to phonate, I got so dizzy and I was so winded and exhausted. There was a bench behind me and I just like sort of fell back and I sat there and I cried because I was 3/4 of the way done with the song. And I told my guys, I was like, I gotta go home. I can't. Like, I'm bawling. I'm like, I'm so close, but I feel so sick. I'm so exhausted. And with my gallbladder issue, there were sharp shooting pains that would come out of nowhere that would bring me to my knees in split seconds of just excruciating pain that I couldn't even prepare for. I'd be walking and then boom, I'd be on the floor. And this happened to me as I was trying to get through this song as well. And I'd have to stop. And it was at this point where I was just so completely exhausted. And I remember one of my guys sitting next to me on the bench and he was like, "You're one of the coolest chicks I know. And somebody needs to hear this song from you. So don't quit. You're almost there. And if you fall, you can get right back up." And I was like, oh my gosh, okay. I am not a quitter. I'm not a quitter. And for me to say I got to go home, it's really bad. You know, I would sing bloody if I needed to, but this was just an excruciating time. And so coming into this next part, if you watch me close, if you know me, you may be able to see some little tiny tells on my face of determination and complete just like desperation to finish the song. And you may also notice a little bit of bloodshot eyes from crying. I was so happy about that. I was like, come on, Tara, you can do it just a little bit more. The triumphant moment. Okay, now listen to me closely. This is a very important life lesson for you. I almost quit. And because I'm not as close up, you really can't see my eyes bloodshot from crying, which is a good thing. I almost left and packed it up. But when I decided not to, and I pushed through, I sang one of the best notes of my life. One of the cleanest, most pristine, longest held whistles that I ever have that I've been able to release to the public. And I truly believe it is in those moments where you are in a do or die fight or flight, where you're just ready to quit, when there is even good reason and justification for you to quit. When you're in pain, physical pain, emotional anguish, financial distress, when you are in a place where it is easily understood by someone else looking in on your life to quit, it is in that moment that your life can change and turn around and be transformed and renewed and restored for the good. Because I do believe, especially in this Christmas season, that God works all things together for the good. And I'm so proud of myself, honestly and humbly in this moment, to say that this video is not just an Oh Holy Night, my favorite song Christmas video, but it is a testimony of God's faithfulness and of his goodness and of that push through mentality and how it is rewarded. Because this video is a reminder to me that although I was sick in my body and though I was completely emotionally depleted of any kind of hope and any kind of motivation or inspiration to do this, you guys inspired me to keep going. And I get to look back on this video now and not only listen to my favorite song, but look at something that I was able to accomplish in the face of complete desperation and in the face of complete infirmity, and see the triumphant faithfulness of the Lord in it. And that just really blesses me. And I know this is kind of like a weird, sad Christmas video, but I know that there are those of you who are celebrating this season who are sick and who are not well and who are fighting emotional, financial, physical distress. And I'm looking into the camera right now to you and I'm saying, you are not alone. You are so loved. And there was a holy night that brought redemption to us all. And I'm so grateful for that. And I'm grateful for the platform to be able to share with you the good news of Jesus and the good news of healing and of hope. And so now if you can't tell in that video when I was crying, you can definitely tell in this video when I'm crying. Let's finish it out together. Let me compose myself.
All night
Woo! And after that, we celebrated big. I was just so grateful. And yes, I did go home and I didn't do another thing all day long. But I am so grateful and happy to say now, I am healed, I am whole, and my future is bright. And yours is too. I want to wish you from the bottom of my heart and my soul a Merry Christmas. You are so loved. You matter so much. And for a little pick-me-up, why don't you click on the next video? It's Kelly Clarkson and Ariana Grande singing Santa, Can You Hear Me?